as you can tell from the countdown clock right here, we're about to get started. If you've been here before, then you can just come back when the countdown clock hits 0. But if this is your very first lesson, then I got a couple things I want to talk to you about. All right, so if you weren't here last week, don't worry, you didn't need to be. We're doing a brand new song this week, and if you haven't played piano before, don't worry, we're doing 5 different levels. You can definitely do level 1. You are going to need to click on the PDF button right over there though, download the PDF and print it out, because that's all the music for all the different levels. Now, as you'll see in your PDF, in the upper right-hand corner, it tells you what level that page is for. So on level 1, you're going to want to have that level 1 page, and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, you can just ignore those. Just stay on level 1 for the entire lesson. You will want to find the chart though that has all of the notes listed out with all the letters on it, because that's what you're going to use in order to play your piano along with me when I'm playing. So if we're playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, the track would go something like this. And as I'm playing it, I'll show you where all the notes are and where all the letters are. Don't worry about that. But then you're going to play along with me when I'm playing the track. Now, after we've done level 1, I'll show you everything you need so you can practice the song throughout the week. Then we're going to level up, and that looks like this. And now you can see we're on level 2, right? So at level 2, then it's going to get a little bit more difficult, but each time the track plays, I want you to just play the track that you're on. So if you're on track 1, if you're on level 1, then each time, you know, we're doing our thing, we're going. Each time we start that, I want you to completely ignore the notes that we're playing, and you just play your level. So you would play. Because that's going to work with, the track's going to work with your level every time we play it, no matter what level we're on. So we move on to level 2, 3, 4, 5. You just stay on the one that you're comfortable with. All right, so all of these lessons are completely interactive. That means we want to hear from you right now. So go ahead and click on the chat button right over there. Put in your name, you don't have to put in a password, and then you'll be talking with all the other students who are logged in right now, as well as some of my assistants who can help you and answer some of your questions. If you've got a question though that you don't think they're going to know the answer to, and you want to ask me personally, then type your question in the box below this video, and then you'll get your answer to your question directly from me. Now at the end of level 5, we're going to raffle off some prizes. These prizes change up every single week. If you're the winner of the prize, you need to let us know right away what prize it is that you want so we can send that out to you. You can tell my moderator, you can let us know at mailbag@learnpianolive.com, email us there. You can fill out the contact form and let us know, but just tell us what prize you want so we can get that out to you. If you're not the prize winner, or if you want to know how you can earn more points so you can be the prize winner, then just stay tuned after the lesson and I'll let you know. All right, you've been very patient. That's all I gotta say. It's time for the lesson. I hope you've got your PDF. You're ready to ask some questions. I'm ready to answer them. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and today our in-studio student is not in studio at all. He is actually at his house, and he's going to be Skyping in from quite a ways away. I think it's about a 4-hour drive from here. So anyway, we're going to be trying to connect with him later on to check in on level 3 and on level 5. But if you want to jump in the chat room, you can talk with the always lovely Lizzie, and apparently shorter than usual today. Hey, how's it going, Lizzie?
Good. How about you?
Fantastic. You ready for a super, super long song? This thing is crazy. Yeah, sure. I guess you have to be, because that's what we're doing. So anyway, for sure, we're going to anger Kloppel tonight, who is probably going to jump in like in the second line of the song, and he's going to be trying to hurry me along. But right now, he's a little bit patient. A little bit tired, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, there he is. We're doing the song from Shrek. This is Hallelujah. So I thought about just doing like the Hallelujah part, like the short little part, but it was so short, so I had to add the other chunk on, but it was so long. So anyway, you might want to just try only the just the very, very last chunk of it. But I'm going to show you the whole thing, so let's jump in and get this thing done. The very first note that you need is an E. In order to find an E, you're just going to take any group of 2 black notes, like those, or those, or those, or those, and just drag the top note up one and you land on an E. And that's the very first note that you have right there, and it's going to go from an E to a G. A G is just going to be 2 letters away, because in the alphabet, an E is 2 away from a G. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And those are our first notes there. I heard there was just a bunch of G's in a row. Now, the good news about the long part is it's mostly G's and A's all the way through. So we've got 3 A's after that. You're just going to go up 1 note to get to an A. And then, so we've got that E, G, 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 A. And then you can do that exact same thing again, starting right there. It looks like Aiden is actually on with us. Actually, could we check in with him real quick? Yeah, down at, there we go, at the very bottom. Hello. Hey, Aiden. We can hear you.
Sorry for the technical
difficulties. Yeah, no, that's all right. Oh, yes, there is an echo. You're right. And we can't see you at all. So anyway, but I will fix that so we can see you later on. But anyway, thanks, dude, for I guess being our white screen voice. We'll check in with you on level 3. All right. Anyway, it's close. It almost worked. We need to repeat that E, G, 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 A. We need to repeat that thing right there. So that's the first time through, and right there, that's the second time through. E, G, 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 A. Do it again. E, G, 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 A. And then this one right here is different. It goes starting right there. G, A, G, G, and then we have one weird F right there. F, G, G. So all of that is actually pretty fast in the track, but I'll show you how that's supposed to go. If you can get that first line down, though, that right there, that's a whole lot of the song, and that's not even like the chunk that we want you to get, just that little bit at the end. Anyway, let's try this thing with the track. Here we go. And go. I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? I told you, it's almost all G's and A's. It looks like it's going to be really simple, and then it just goes by really, really fast. But we need to keep on moving so I can get you to our favorite part. This right here it almost looks exactly the same. E, G, 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 A, and this is where it gets crazy. B, right there, and then G, a bunch of C's. This whole entire line is just C's and D's. C, 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 D, and then the next line is almost entirely D's and E's. D, 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 E, 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 D, D, C. Let's try that much with the track, and then I want to show you the really fun part, which is the next page over. Here we go. 2, ready, go. I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Here we go. It goes like this, the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king, composing hallelujah. All right, so a billion notes there. You've got as long as you want on that. Here's the fun part, page 2. This is the part that I thought maybe we'd just do this much of the song, but it only ended up being 2 lines, and very, very repeaty. So if that first page looks too intimidating, I think you'll be able to still jump on with this one. We have E, G, A, just like you had on the first page. E, G, A. Only this time you're just going to do the same exact thing, but backwards. A, G, E, E, and that's those 2 chunks right there. This one is the same exact thing as that one, not backwards. And then this is almost the same thing as this one, except we don't have that second E right there. So we'd go A, G, E, and then go one note down, and then go one note down. So all of that together. No. What? Okay. Clapple thinks it's time to do our last time through. Let me show you this though, just this chunk. Hallelujah. And then backwards. Hallelujah. And then forwards. Hallelujah. And then hallelujah. So try getting that part of the song first if you don't already have the first page. If you're on like level 5 or something, usually, and you already have the first page down, then sure, do the whole thing. But if it's your first song, or if you're usually on level 1, then just try getting these last 2 lines. It's the fun part of the song, and it's the easier part of the song. So here we go. Last time through, Clapple says, let's try this thing. Just get all the notes you can. Don't worry about the rest. Fun part. Ready? Go. Hallelujah. And then backwards. Hallelujah. And then forwards. Hallelujah. And then backwards. And then one note down. And then one note down. And there you go. That is the whole entire song. Like I said, just focus on those last 2 lines. That's the most fun part. And the other part, I think once you get down the last 2 lines, you get used to playing a lot of G's and A's. The first page will be way easier. But anyway, in case you haven't heard this song before, you haven't seen Shrek, here is the song in its original environment.
You know what? You thought wrong. Shrek.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I know this room, I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I've seen your flag on the marble arch, but love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. All I ever learned from love was how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. And it's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
All right, we're back, and I think we also have video of Aiden now, do we? Let's see here. Hey, there he is. How's it going, man? That's
Good.
what Aiden looks like in real life. And you're in the city of something. I forget. It's a long, long way away. Reading. Yeah, okay, cool. So I see you got your phone there with the PDF open. Smart. You didn't have to print out all the pages. So you're working hard on the song, right? And we're going to check in with you on level 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, and this is where you point at the camera and you tell everybody, let's level up.
Let's level up.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
All right, here we go. This is level 2. These are all the exact same notes. So I'm going to try to rush through these a little bit so that we can hopefully get Kloppel off our back on this one. But you should notice, though, that this is in 6/8 time, especially if you're on Kloppel Academy level 2 or higher. Then you'll notice that we've got a different time signature there. That just means that we're counting to the number 6. When we count this thing out, we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the type of note that we're counting with is an 8th note. So that's what that bottom number means, is 8th note. The top number is telling us how many there are. There are 6 8th notes, which you can see perfectly in this measure right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8th notes in one measure. Usually we have like 4 quarter notes, but this is 6 8th notes. So that's why that measure right there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or if I play it right up here with this G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, do notice we've got this tie right here, which means you tie these 2 notes together and don't actually play the second one. So on 4, you're just going to hold out. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't play it again. 5, 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how you'd play that measure. But like I said, if you're in Kloppel Academy level 2 or higher, then you already know all of that stuff. I think the only other thing that we have to talk about on this is, yeah, okay, cool. Down here we have, because it's 6/8, then we have this dotted half note taking up the entire measure. Usually we need a whole note when we're dealing with 4/4 time. So in these 3 cases right here, a dotted half note is going to take up the whole measure because we're in 6/8 time. All right, I think it's time to just play a whole ton of notes here. If you're on level 1, this is good news for you because you probably need a lot more practice on these notes. And if you're on level 2, you need a lot more practice too because we haven't even tried this thing yet. Ready? On your mark, get set. Ready, go. First, there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing Now, if you are one of the few people who's already got some of these notes down, I'm willing to bet that, oh man, like half of you got this part wrong right here, going from this C to this E, because it's really, really super tricky. You were just playing an E right here, and so we're playing composing hallelujah, and then the paper says play an E, and so a bunch of you went to that note right there because that is an E, but it's not the right E. You'll notice that this C right here happens on the 3rd space up, which if we went down here, the 1, 2, 3rd space up is that one, which means you need to go way down to get to that E right there. So instead of going from this C, hallelujah, and going up to that E right there, you're supposed to jump all the way down to that E to get to that one right there. So that should be a big jump down from that C all the way down. Whoa, what? Okay, I'll hurry up. All the way down to that E. Just watch out. I know probably a bunch of people mess that up because that's really tricky. It gets a lot of people. Here we go. Last time through. 2, ready, go. I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased fast song. It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king, composing hallelujah, all the way down to E. So if that feels really crazy fast to you, then that just makes you normal, that it is really crazy fast. So what I would recommend is don't try to get the whole thing. Don't be intimidated by the whole entire song. Just pick one little chunk and decide you're going to get maybe those first, 2 notes. I heard. And then just play the track back. 1, 2, 3, go. I heard. And then try to add 1 note to it. So don't try to do the whole entire thing. It's way too fast, way too many notes. Just take little tiny chunks at a time. Anyway, that's my advice for this song. Here comes Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the Mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
All right, this week it is from Jen RB, who says, cool piano in the background. Thanks. Ta-da! That's actually going to be the new piano for Kids Learn Piano Live very, very soon. Hang on. So that's like an old style regular piano like your grandma has, hopefully like you have too. And anyway, so they've got to like rip all of the keys off and turn it into a digital piano so we can use it for the broadcast here. So soon you won't see it in the background because it's the one that we'll be using. But anyway, for right now it's just an old grandma piano in the background. But thanks, Jen RB. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
All right, we are on level 3, which means as soon as I get done showing you these notes, we are going to be checking in with Aiden and seeing how he's doing on this thing. But first of all, let's just add in a little bit of left hand here, just a tiny bit. We've got a C right here on that note right there. And that one is supposed to be lined up with heard. So when we play I heard, we play that C. Now, I gotta warn you, these notes go really low in this song. So we're gonna use an A, and then we're gonna use a G, and then we're gonna use an F that's even off the screen there. So anyway, it's really, really low notes. I'll go ahead and play them up here so you can see what the letters are, I guess. So heard is supposed to be a C, and then secret is an A right there. And then David played is a C, and then pleased, as you can see, is an A. But this is the really low F. You don't really care is a G for music. It's 3 pages on level 3. I think this is our first 3-pager on level 3. Then back to C right there. Do you? And then there's actually a G that happens with this rest right here. So there's nothing in the right hand. You're just gonna play a G by itself there. So it's gonna go a little bit something like this. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? G. And then going on from there, it goes like this, you're gonna jump from this C way down to that F, that low, low, low F. 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king, compose. This one's even lower. This right here is gonna be the lowest note of the entire song. An E, and it's not this E, it's this E that's off the screen. Composing hallelujah. So let's try just the left hand with just that chunk of it. If you're on level 1 or 2, don't attempt this stuff. Just stick with your notes. But level 3 people, we're going to try these notes here. I'm going to play them an octave too high so that you can see which notes I'm playing. On your mark, get set, and ready, go. I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Here's the that E, sing hallelujah. Let's keep going. Here we go. The first one's gonna be an F. Hallelujah. Then back up to A. 2 notes up. Then back down to F. And then real quick a C, G, C. C, G, C. So if you can make it to this page on level 3 here, then you'll be doing just fine because this part is really slow compared to the other one. On the other page we had note every single measure, and here we got 2 whole measures. So easy. And 2 whole measures for the A, 2 whole measures for the F, and then at the end we got a C, G, C. And if you've played level 3 very much before, you've played a C, G, C many times before. So anyway, now let's try getting all of the notes in here, right hand and left hand, and then we'll be checking in with Aiden. Here we go. On your mark, get set. Level 1 and 2, just do your thing. I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord. When you don't really care for music too, there's that low G. It goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled. Here's that E composed. All right, here we go. Wait. Wait. Here's that C, G, C. And the left hand would play the C down here. Okay, so that's the whole entire thing. I guess it's time to check in with Aiden. Here we go. How's it going, sir?
Good.
Good. All right. So do you? How many of these notes do you have? Do you have some of the last chunk, the Hallelujah part?
Yeah.
You have the Hallelujah part? Okay. Do you have any of the beginning part? The I don't know, baffled king and junk. Do you have any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That did not sound confident. All right. Well, you have the track there, yes, and you can play it.
Can I play one first?
Oh, okay. Yes, we'll play it for you then.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So what you'll see Aiden play here is a little bit delayed just because of the whole Skype thing. So here we go. On your mark, get set, and 2, ready, go. All right. Good job, buddy. So yeah, that looked fantastic. We might not have gotten the strongest audio on the piano, but yeah, it looked good. And so just keep on working on that. On level 5, we'll check in with you, and hopefully you get a chance to download the track by then, and we'll be able to hear both the track and you. And it's time for you to once again look at the people and tell them, "Let's level up."
Let's level up.
Beautiful.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
All right, here we go. Level 4. This is the insanity. It's not the insanity level. It's just level 4, which should be known as the insanity level, because as you can tell, there's like a billion trillion notes on this page. And there's a whole other page of that same insanity there. So let me show you, though. It's actually relatively easy for what it looks like. It's just the chord. Let me show you. This chunk right here is a C chord all the way up until it says A minor. And that's what that stuff's about. If you go to 2 pages over, it tells you what a C chord is. It's a C and an E and a G. So all you're going to do is, on this song, you're going to play C and E and G. Now, as it turns out, you need to throw in one extra note. So we're going to double up on the C's. This C right here, we're going to play another one over here. So we're going to play C, E, G, C, and then back down. And if we play just those chord notes, like that, C, E, G, C, that's all we're doing for this song. So wherever it says the chord, you're just going to play that chord from the bottom, C, E, G, C, G, E, and then move on to the next chord. So the next chord is an A minor, which is A and C and E. Throw that A from there on the top, and you'll have that. And if you can just do that, the chords all the way through, like that, throwing the bottom one in on the top as well, then you'll have the whole entire song. So it looks really intimidating, but if you've done chords before, especially if you've done like level 4B ever before, then this will be super simple once you realize actually what's going on. It just looks terrifying. So let's try just left hand only. If you're on level 1 through 3, do your version. Don't worry about any of this. And level 4, we're going to try to play these chords. It's a C chord like that, so you're going to throw a C in the top. An A minor chord, you're going to throw an A in on top, and then back to C, and then A minor. And then we got an F chord, which is F and A and C. Of course, with that F doubled up on top, because that's what we're doing for this song. And then G chord right there is going to be G, B, D. And of course, throw the G on top. And then back to the C. And then back to the G. And then I think that's all of the chords with the exception of this guy right there. That's going to be an E minor. So that's E and G and B. And of course, throw the E in on top. So I'm going to try to call out the chords as we go, and if you're on level 4 and you've played chords before, then just try to get in any of the notes of the chord when I call it out. And if you're on level 1 through 3, ignore this entirely. Just do your thing. Here we go. And here we go. Here's a C chord, A minor chord, C, A minor, F, G, C, G, C, F, G, A minor, F, G, E minor, A minor, F, A minor, F, C, G, C. Yeah, I forgot to tell you about that F, G thing. So on these guys right here, there's not time enough for how fast these chords go. It goes from an F chord to a G chord. So there's not time enough to go all the way through our whole cycle. So we just play the first 3 notes of it. It's an F chord, G chord, and then to the A minor. And then there's also... Two places, real quick. Hang on, Clapple. 2 places. Right here, going from this C over to this G, we have a little tiny walk up, a 2-note walk up. So instead of playing the C the whole cycle, we want to go to this G. So the 2-note walk up to it is going to be the 2 notes right before it. So in order to get to this G, we're going to go like that. So we're going to play C like that. And that happens one more time over here. Hallelujah. Right there. You can see the little 2-note walk up right there. Yeah. Okay, cool. Last time through. Here we go. On your mark. Get set. And 2. Ready. Go. course, as always, you can add in any other notes from the chords, like we've done on all the other lessons. But because it's such a long song, we don't have time to go into detail on that. So I guess we're just gonna jump into, yikes, our feature of the day. Okay, so this is our Points Palooza. This is where you just get a bunch of points for being here, and I also tell you how you can pick up more points. So 10 to 50 points is just for participating, just for being here. 50 points every time you submit a video, and 150 points every single time you do the daily challenge. 500 points if you attend a jazz or classical concert. I'm almost done, I promise. 750 points for getting the most hits on your YouTube video. 3,000 points every time you level up in Clapple Academy. 5,000 points for inviting your friends. And then you're all going to get an extra 50 points just for being here. Don't forget to go to learnpianolive.com/contest to also pick up an extra 400 points for doing the contest. And that's quite enough of that. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
Here we go. This is level 5. Going to be checking in with Aiden here pretty soon, but first let's check out these numbers. So all we did was rip out all of the letters, and we're going to play with numbers instead. So this used to be known as a C. Now it's known as a number 1, and we're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1. Oh, I forgot to tell you something on level 4. I'll show you here. It's pretty cool. So anyway, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. If you play all of the top notes here, this is all the melody stuff. So 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5. Cool. So that sounds like the song, hopefully. And this is actually the key that we're supposed to play it in. If you want to play along with the Shrek, along with the movie, then you can actually just play it in the key of C, and you should be fine. Usually we have to change keys and stuff, but not on this song. But in the left hand, you're going to play a 1 chord, which means just go to the number 1 and play every other note. So those 3 notes together make the 1 chord. It just starts on the 1, and don't play that note. Play 1 skip over and 1 skip over. That's the 1 chord. So then the 6th chord, of course, is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every other note. That's your 6th chord. Then back to the 1 chord, then back to the 6th chord, then to the 4 chord right there, and then 5 chord, and then the 1 chord, and then the 5 chord. That's the one that happens with like the nothing right there. You might remember that from level 4, where we had to like do something over here. In level 3 actually too, where we went to that G when the right hand wasn't doing anything. That's that one. Now check this out. When it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall. Well, a 6 chord is always minor, and a 4 chord is always major. So when it says minor, you're actually going to the most common minor chord, and when it says major, you're actually going to the 4 chord. And even cooler than that, when it says the 4th, you're going to the 4 chord, and when it says the 5th, you're going to the 5th chord. So if you just follow the lyrics on this song, you already have that whole entire line. It goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, the major lift. And the 5 chord is baffling? No, I've lost it now. Anyway, those other ones are pretty cool though. So anyway, let's try just those. I'm going to call out the chord numbers as we go. If you're on level 1 through 4, do your thing, not this thing. Here we go. On your mark, get set, and 2, ready, go. 1 chord to a 6 chord, to a 1 chord, to a 6 chord, to a 4 chord, 5, and 1. And here's that lonely 5 right there. It goes like this: the 4, then the 5, then the minor 6, and the major 4, and then the 5, the 3 chord, and then the 6 chord. Next page, here we go. 4 chord, and then the 6 chord, then the 4 chord. Here comes your 1 to the 5 to the 1. There you go. So that is that whole entire thing. And because Kloppel hasn't interrupted me yet, let's go ahead and do this one more time before we check in with Aiden. And this time I'm going to try to call out the melody numbers, but I never get this right. So ignore me probably, and you'll be better off. That's probably not the thing a teacher's supposed to say. Anyway, it's true. Here we go. 2, ready, go. 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5. That was a close one. 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Right. 3, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 3, 3, 3, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 3, 2. Oh, I got it. 1. Oh yeah. First time in a long time. I had a couple of those ups there. Anyway, that's pretty close to what you should be thinking. And it's time to check in with Aiden. So here we go, sir. How you feeling about this thing? Oh, sorry. How are you feeling about this thing?
Good.
Good. Okay, that's the right answer. All right, well, you got the track there.
Yeah.
On your mark. Get set and... Wow, yeah, okay. Wow, dude, you're a rock star. That was incredible. You got the whole entire song. That's really
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah, okay, cool. So I guess the next step is to like add left hand or something, but we won't have time for that today. But it is time for us to find out who won the gift card, the raffle this week. So let's find that out and then we'll check in with you again. Here we go. All right, thank you, Aiden, for joining us on the Skype, and thank you, Lizzie, for being in charge of the chat room. Dalton, you are our chat room winner today. Don't forget to send us your videos so we can you can pick up extra points. Do the daily challenge, and next week we're doing, I don't know, lightning row or something, unless you guys vote for something different. Anyway, you know I love you. See you later. Hey, you're still here. Me too. Well, here's what needs to happen next. First of all, click on the survey button. That is probably like right over here. Maybe if you're on the iPad, it's like down here below the video. Anyway, it's right around there. Click on that. Let us know how we did today, and also ask us any questions you might have about this lesson or about any other lesson. You might even be the mailbag winner if you include your name in that. And then after that, you're going to go to the music challenge, which is a button probably right up here, up above the video. And so click on the music challenge. You can come back every single day and fill out the code thing and get your points for doing that. So you got your music challenge thing to do after you do the survey. And then after you've practiced the song up, then go to the one up here that says, right over here probably, student videos, and then take a video of yourself on your phone or your iPad or whatever, and then send us your video, and maybe it could even be the featured video and you get points for doing that. And then if you have any questions, click the contact button that's also up there somewhere. Anyway, I don't know. But click on that, let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you back here next week. All right, thanks for joining us. It was a lot of fun. See ya.